Hey guys, so today I'm going to be recreating the Vogue Magazine, the new July issue. They have Margot Robbie on the cover. I'm going to be recreating that makeup using just makeup that I own. I went through my entire makeup collection and I tried to find similar products to what they used. They used all Chanel, and if I was to go out and buy those products, it would cost almost $300. Not going to happen. Plus, I'm on a no-buy. So I just wanted to show you that you can look at a makeup look and recreate it at home just using what you have. They didn't use a lot of products on her. They skipped certain categories entirely. I'm going to skip over categories, but there are some categories that I just can't skip over because the end result would not be pretty. So I'll show you what I mean as we go along. The first thing they skipped over was primer. All right, not a big deal. We can skip over that. So they used one of the Chanel foundations, of course. So I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And I'm in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. And I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk brush that they probably don't make anymore. But, you know, they've probably replaced this with something even better. This is the flat top foundation brush. So I'm going to pour a little bit of that onto my hand. Just a small amount. Hopefully that will be enough. Yeah, Margot Robbie, she is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and I really like the makeup they did on her. As soon as I got the magazine, I immediately started, looking for the credits to find out what they used. I was so disappointed when I found out they used Chanel, but it is Vogue, so I guess you gotta expect that. Sometimes magazines do use drugstore makeup, but it depends on the makeup artist. I think it's up to them what products to use, and plus, they probably have some kind of a deal worked out with some of these companies to promote their products. But as soon as I saw that look, I said, oh yeah, I definitely want to recreate that. I was so excited to do this look on Friday, and I lost my power. The electricity was off for over 6 hours. And thank God I had the thought, whoa, that's way, way too much. Thank God I had the thought to go to the store, buy a bag of ice, and transfer all our food from the refrigerator into coolers, because we would have lost everything. I mean, 6 hours is a long time in 90-degree heat. It was the hottest day that we have had in 9 months. So, of course, it would have to happen on that day. But I think a transformer blew, because right as the power went off, I heard boom. So, pretty sure that a transformer blew. We lose our power a lot where I live, and I hate that, but what are you going to do? Nothing you can do about it. Every time we have a storm, or seems like we blow transformers in my neighborhood constantly. But, this time of year, like I said, it was the hottest day we'd had in 9 months, so everybody's air conditioners were cranking, and fortunately, I had just finished doing all the laundry. The dryer stopped like 2 seconds before the power went off, so that was good timing. Okay, you can tell I'm putting like a ton of makeup on my neck. That's to cover up these red spots. And then I also have this spot up near my hairline here. I don't think I'll be able to cover that. But once my hair is down, you won't see that anyway. Okay, so they also skipped over concealer. I'm not skipping concealer. That's a must-have as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser Concealer in Fair. So if I pat it on, and then I take this concealer brush and just kind of smooth it out, which is not really necessary. You can blend it with the sponge that's on here, but I'm just so used to using tools of some type. You could also use a beauty blender to blend it more if you wanted to. They didn't use any powder to set the foundation. They didn't use any contour. They didn't use any blush. They did use a highlighter. So I'm going to use the Jordana Glow and Go Creamy Strobing Stick in the shade Pearl Glow, which is just a gold with a pearl finish. And I'm not going to blend this because you can put this exactly how you want it to be, and because it's a cream product, you don't have to blend it. Just put it where you want it. Okay, they didn't use any bronzer on her. They also didn't use eyeshadow primer, but I definitely want to use eyeshadow primer because one of the eyeshadows that I'm going to use has a texture that needs something to cling to. So I'm just going to use my Amuse Cosmetics eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to use that same concealer brush that I used to blend out the concealer to apply it. I just like using this brush because it's got a lot of surface area. And somebody's mowing their lawn. Of course. At least I finished tarring my road. I was so afraid that that was going to take a lot longer than it did and interfere with filming, but it's done now, thank goodness. Okay, for eyeshadows, this is the eyeshadow palette that is the closest thing that I own to the colors that they used on her in that look. It's actually pretty much the perfect palette to use to recreate the look without actually using Chanel eyeshadows. I'm talking about the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. And I'm going to start with the shade Bear. And I'm just going to use this Morphe blending brush and just dust some in the brow bone area. And also the inner corners. Then I'm going to take the shade Daydream. And this is the one that absolutely needed the eyeshadow primer. This is just a MAC 239 shader brush. So I'm just going to put some of that on my brush. I'm going to tap off the excess. This is a very chunky eyeshadow. It isn't like some of the shadows in this palette are pressed glitter. This isn't a pressed glitter, but it's got chunks of glitter sort of mixed into an eyeshadow. See, there's the texture. The color is stunning though, but in order to get the type of finish that they wanted, which is like a sparkle glittery finish, but yet having it be an eyeshadow that wasn't going to be like a topper that you could use as an actual eyeshadow, I think they had to put those particles in there to get that particular finish, but you could get some fallout issues if you didn't use an eyeshadow primer, so you kind of have to. You don't have to go so far as to use like a glitter glue though or anything like that. This should adhere to a traditional eyeshadow primer. That has been my experience with it anyway. Isn't that a pretty color? Really, really pretty. It's a frost finish. I did some research about the eyeshadows, and I guess that's considered a frost, but I don't know. This is a Morphe M506 brush. Now we're going to go into the shade Tickle, which is the one right next to that one that we just used. And this is like a pinky mauve type shade. And we're going to go right in the crease. I'm going to start on the outside edge because that's where the bulk of the product is on the brush, and then work my way in. So we want the majority of the color to be in this outside area. I love, love, love this brush, you guys. I'm just going to add a little bit more to my brush and put it right on the outside part of my lid. Yeah, I like this brush because you can get such good placement, and depending on how hard you press down, you can just get such good control with this brush, and it's got this small surface area to it. So I don't know if I told you or not, I'm going to try to remember to put a link to the picture of the magazine cover. I don't think I can just hold it up and show you because it's a copyrighted image and YouTube could demonetize my video if I hold up that picture. So I'll try to provide a link that you can click on so you can judge how well I did recreating the look. So I'm just going over the edge of the other eyelid now. Okay, I'll do a little more blending off camera after I finish the look. So let's move on. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tiny little detail brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to go into the shade Kinky, which is this one right here at the end. Put a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm going to go right along the lower lash line. Okay. All right, so I just blended the edges of the eyeshadow a little bit more. And now I'm going to move on to eyeliner. They used a black pencil eyeliner. This is the only one that I own. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Liner. It's okay, but I honestly can't say that I would recommend it. I've used better, but this is the only black pencil eyeliner I own at the moment. So we're just going to go right on the waterline. And I'm going to do the tight line. Yeah, it's okay. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. Somewhere in the middle. Okay, I'm going to do my lower lashes with the Believe Beauty High Definition Skinny Mascara. This is just one of those mascaras that have the nice narrow wand, which makes it really easy to coat those tiny little lower lashes. And then I'm gonna curl my lashes. This is a Shiseido eyelash curler from Ulta. And I'm going to use What Else? Revolution the Mascara. I'm wiping off the excess product on the edge. It's funny, one of you pointed out the other day that I switch hands when I do the other eye. I didn't even realize that I did that. So I must be ambidextrous. Ambidextrous. I'm not really. When I do things with my left hand, normally I do find it a bit awkward. Okay. The next thing they used was a brow pencil. I just used up my Maybelline one over the weekend and I forgot how much I loved that, so I kind of wish I still had that to use. It was just the Maybelline Ultra Brow, was it? Wait a minute, let me go get it and find out. Okay, it was the Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Pencil in medium brown. I really feel like this is so easy to use. So I'm sad that that is completely empty. And you know, I don't think I really used it that many times that it should be empty already. So that was kind of a surprise. So I looked at what I had for brow pencils, and I also have this Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. I think the reason why I prefer the Maybelline one is I feel like maybe the color is a little bit closer to what I want, and the texture of it might be a bit easier. So I'm just going to use this Anastasia one. Yeah, see, when I use this, it isn't depositing the color quite as easily as the Maybelline one. The Maybelline one, you don't have to go over it as many times. It's more pigmented. But the color on that is so perfect that it doesn't come off too dark. One advantage to brow pencil products is it never looks like too much. You know, it still looks like a natural brow. So pencil products aren't the greatest if you like a bold brow. Then you're better off with a pomade if you like more of a bolder brow. But pencils are pretty goof proof, you know, easy to work with. I mean, look at that brow. That's very natural looking and it's not too dark. You can just add a small amount at a time to make it nice and even. Okay, so I just did the other one off camera to save a little bit of time. They used a peachy coral gloss on her for the lip product with this pink eye. I would never in a million years have put those shades together, but you know what? It sounds crazy, but I thought it was a very pretty look. So I'm going to use the Believe Beauty Lustrous Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Heartbreaker because this color is very similar to the Chanel gloss that they used on her. Yeah, sounds crazy. Putting peach and peachy coral with pink. But it works. I'm really surprised. So this is the look, and so that's the finished look. Using just products that I own, didn't buy any special products, and I think that, you know, it's fairly close to what they did on her. Like I said, I'll post a link in the description box. Hopefully I can find a link that I can post so you can see the look and, you know, compare the two. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.